Okay, so let me see if you can hear.
There's going to be a delay.
Okay, yep, technical difficulties, trying to get it working. And I just saw, there we go. So, I'm taking it that means you can hear me.
Yep, it's working.
All right. My son just gave me a heads up. He is in the other room. Okay, so hopefully we can get this now. Woo! Okay, so a couple quick things, because we've got a whole ton of you on here, and I mean, we got a bunch. If you're going to comment, please make your comment more than just hi, hello, yay, or something like that. I have it limited where you can only comment once a minute, just to try to be able to help me keep up. Also, if you're going to comment, please actually make a comment that I can respond to in some way. It's hard to respond to just hi, hello, or yay. Okay? Thanks so much for that. It'll make it a little easier, and that way we don't have like 400 messages, one-word messages hiding the ones that actually have questions. So, would I ever want to meet up? If I'm in the parks and you see me, say hi. My wife and kids are still getting used to that, but definitely say hi. I'm always welcome to meet up with people, take a ride or two. If I'm with other people, I may not spend a whole lot of time with you, but otherwise, yes. Do I still work at Silver Dollar City? No, have not worked there in 3 years. What's my real first name? Check the Facebook page. It's all over the place there. In fact, I'll even be in the video that's coming up tomorrow. You'll be able to see that. Let's see. Am I accepting donations from Austin D? Yes. In fact, you can actually donate right in here. There's a big $ button at the bottom there. If you click that, that's this neat little thing called Super Chat, and you can donate that way. You can donate on Patreon as well, or you can just mail stuff to me. I'm always open to mailing things. Address should be on my main page there. It's also on Facebook, but I can put it up later if people want me to. Let's see. Oh, yeah. My son's in the other room moderating. He's going, that's a lot of questions. Yep. Let's see here. Any chance you might meet me in Florida? No, because I live in Missouri and have been here since 2011. Doubt I will be in Florida anytime soon. Let's see here. Thoughts on Carowinds? I would really like to go. I've never been there. Have I been Six Flags Fiesta Texas? No, have not been there either. Although we are going to Six Flags over Texas in 2 weeks. So looking forward to that. Let's see here. Whoa, Truth Speaker, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you for the $2, Truth Speaker. And that's how you do the Super Chat. It'll pop up a nice little deal, and you can actually throw in a question as well with that, and I'll see it easier. Have I ever been to Maine? I have not really been to New England at all. And I haven't been to Canada or Europe, and so there's all sorts of places there I have not been that I would dearly love to go to. Lots of points. Will I come to Cedar Point or Kings Island anytime soon? I don't know. It's not in the plans at this point. Let's see. I have read some of the Kingdom Keepers books. I have read one of the Keys to the Kingdom books. Does my cat have a name? I actually have 2 cats. There's Sandy and Ruby. The one in the background. Oh, that would be Ruby. I had to look for a second there. That's Ruby, the black one. And let's see. Oh, Vicky, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Dokurian? I guess that's how you say your name. There's your shout out for you. Let's see. What is my favorite color? Ooh, purple. It's Six Flags Great America. Yes, I have been there. It was back in 2002. And it was special because I actually grew up going to Marriott's Great America in California. And visiting Six Flags Great America was like going back to my childhood. So that was very cool. Have I been to Oklahoma? I have driven through several times. I have been to Frontier City, which was a lot of fun. That was back in 2004. So we'll actually drive through on our way to Texas here next week. Let's see. And my son's over there going, wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Answer some through text.
Yeah, in fact, Joseph, if you're able to answer some through text, are you on Mr. Roo?
Yep.
Okay, so if you see Mr. Roo responding to questions, that is actually my son. He's moderating to make sure we don't have anybody be silly, but he'll be able to answer some of your questions as well, so that way he can keep up with some of you. Can I live stream at a theme park? I don't know if I'll have the bandwidth to do it, but I might do that at some point, so there you go, Gamer King. What is my favorite non-ride attraction Walt Disney World? The photographers, of course. Oh, I guess they're not really an attraction, are they? Let me think about that. What is my favorite? Disneyland, California Adventure, the original Disneyland, of course. That's Walt's Park. Love that a whole lot. Have I been to Puerto Rico? Yes, actually I have. I got to spend 3 days down there last year. It was for business meetings. I basically had a walking tour of old Puerto Rico and a dinner, and that was about all I got. Got to see the beach. Woohoo! My wife, on the other hand, she got to spend a week with her Spanish students. She got to see a bunch. I'm so jealous of her trip. Have I ever been to Bonfani Gardens in Gilroy? If you watched my favorite parks video, you would know that one. Yes, I have. It's called Gilroy Gardens, absolutely, but I absolutely loved it. Great little park, especially if you like gardens and stuff. Mystery Dishes asks, how old am I? Don't you know that's not nice to ask? I'm old enough to have kids in college. Tornadoes in Missouri? Yes, we do get tornado warnings sometimes. So, let's see. Yeah, Mr. Roo, you can see him pop up with the blue. Do I like DC or Marvel better? I'm a Marvel man, all the way. Have been since I was a kid. Favorite water parks? Well, they closed one of my favorites, which was Wet n Wild down in Florida. I love the Disney water parks. They are incredible. Probably my favorite, though, is Holiday World. If you get into their water park, it is a great water park. All sorts of stuff to do. There's some other very good ones out there, but that would probably be my favorite one. What Disney World attraction would I bring back if I could? Now, keep in mind, I was only there for a few years, so I'm actually more of a Disneyland growing up, because I actually grew up in California. And I would have to think, there's some good ones. They had the Flying Saucers back, sort of, but I don't know. I'm trying to think what's closed since I've been there. My kids loved Stitch, and since Stitch is going, I guess that would work. Am I ever going to do a meet and greet? Cake Shake asks. Probably not an official one. I will let people know where I'm going, and then if they run into me at the park, great. If you're at Silver Dollar City and it's a day I can happen to be there, I'll meet up with you for a little bit if I can. But an official one at this time, I'm not planning on one. Annie Field wants to know, do I like Holiday World? Oh, yes. Love Holiday World. Have we been to Mexico? Jimenez Z wants to know. I've been into Tijuana. That's about all of Mexico I have really seen. So, doesn't really count. And it was a long time ago. Fluffy Zinger wants to know if I'm an ace. No, I'm not an ace. Haven't been an ace in a long time. I am currently a member of the Florida Coaster Club, even though I live in Missouri. Love the Florida Coaster Club. Great people. Very family-oriented, which is one of the things that we liked about it. I don't know if I'll join ACE again or not. I don't generally have time or money to go to the events, so it kind of loses its point for me. Favorite roller coaster? I don't have just one. I will have a video coming up in a few weeks that will talk about some of my favorite coasters, but I can't pick one. Let's see. Favorite related Disney YouTube video? Again, that's tough to pick, because I don't necessarily watch just Disney-specific videos. Sorry, Travis, I know that's kind of a lame answer. Kevin Sutherland, I prefer Disneyland to Disney World. Love the original park, it's Walt's. Would I ever think of working at a theme park again? Absolutely, but I don't think they'll let me because I do the videos and it'd be a conflict of interest. Let's see. Do I still go to Busch Gardens? It's in Florida. I'm in Missouri. So, yeah, kind of hard to get down there. Somebody's asking a couple political things. I will not talk politics. This is a family-friendly park coaster thing. I'm keeping politics out. So, sorry, if I can help it, you won't know what my views are. And that's for good reason. Let's see. Worst experience as a guest or crew member. I actually have a whole video on that. Look for the one, it's my Park Tales episode 2, and it will tell you about my worst experience as a guest. Let's see. Do I wish that Disney didn't get rid of the free fast passes for guests with disabilities? I haven't been there since they've changed that, so I'm not as familiar with the changes they've made. I've heard what they do now is they mark down a wait time and you have to come back almost like a fast pass, but I don't know exactly how well it does or doesn't work, so I can't really comment on it. Sorry, Paige. How do we contribute money to your cause during this live chat? Couple different ways. You can hit the dollar button down at the bottom. It's called Super Chat, and it will allow you to contribute money that way. You can contribute on Patreon. If you don't want to pay every video, you can actually specify a monthly maximum amount, and it'll do just that amount as well. Or you can always mail checks. Okay, I know that's silly, but hey, it'll work. In fact, I've had a couple people, I haven't seen it here, but people have asked, can they send me stuff? Whether it's shirts or brochures. If you got park brochures and maps, I'd love them. Add them to my junk collection. If you do want to send things to me, I am absolutely happy to accept it, and I'll open them on camera if people want me to do that. If you really want to do that, the address is, you can send it to George Burnash, B-U-R-N-A-S-H, 210 South Street in Crane, Missouri, 65633. And the address up there. Ooh, I got 10 Lyre. I don't know how that'll convert to American money, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. There it is. Let's see. So Lorna has no life. Well, Lorna, you actually got some sort of life. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Travis asks, have I ever had to escort somebody off of a ride because they were too big or too rude? I worked the train where we didn't have ride restrictions. At Rhino Rally, we didn't really have a problem with it. And then at Disney, I didn't work on rides at all. So, no, didn't have to do that. Somebody had a birthday. Okay, Fido6, happy birthday. Let's see. If I ever go to the UK, there's a bunch of parks I want to go if I go to the UK. Alton Towers is on the list. Let's see. Have I been to San Diego? My sister actually lives outside San Diego. So, I was actually in San Diego 2 years ago. Love it. Beautiful place. One of the few really pretty parts of Southern California. So, sometime in the future, I am sure I'll get back out there to visit family. Let's see. And if I'm missing your question, guys, forgive me. There's so much there. Pinkamena Pie asked if I've been to Fiesta, Texas. No, I have not. Ooh, there's another one. Thank you very much, Richard Meredith. I appreciate that. Thank you for your donation. When I'm seeing those, I am scrolling down, checking to see who it is real quick and make sure they don't have a question. Then I'm trying to go back up. Theater Star asked a question. I get a bunch, so let me cover a few questions here real quick. I am not working at any theme parks right now. I live in the middle of Southwest Missouri, so I'm not near any Disney parks at all either. Haven't worked at any of the parks since 2014. I would love to work at some point again, but since I'm doing the videos, I doubt they will let me because it's considered a conflict of interest. Does my YouTube name have anything to do with the verse in Matthew? No. My YouTube name is an old nickname, and if you go to the Facebook page, there's an FAQ there that will actually tell you the story of how I got my nickname that I use on YouTube. It's actually one I've used for years, and if you do a Google search on YouTube, 90% of the hits are me. There are a couple other people who have tried to use it, but it's mostly me. Where am I working right now? I actually substitute teach and volunteer at the local schools, and then I do this. Let's see. Ryan Clark Barn wants to know if he can send me stuff from Ireland. Yes, you absolutely can. Again, I'll try to make sure I get the address in the description here afterwards. It's okay to use the real address. Here's the scary thing, Ryan. I'm actually a pastor in the town I live in, and everybody in town knows where I live, and as a pastor, I'm kind of a public figure anyways, so it's really not hard to figure out who I am and where I am. So it's part of what comes with it. Let's see here. What's my favorite cereal? Whichever one I happen to be eating, as long as it has sugar. David Bentley, if I could work at any park in the world right now, where would I work? Whichever one I live closest to. Cheap answer, but I do prefer the theme parks, the really developed ones like Silver Dollar City and Disney and Busch. Because it allows me to play act and take on a role and be somebody else. Makes that much more fun. Again, I've got a couple people asking about meetups. If I am somewhere, I will try to let you know where I'm going to be. And then if you meet up with us, great. Like we will be down in Texas in 2 weeks. And we're going to spend Memorial Day probably at the Dallas Zoo. And then between Tuesday and Thursday, we'll spend 2 days at Six Flags Over Texas. So you can see us at those. Wave hi if you see me, absolutely. But a lot of it's going to be traveling. We'll be at Worlds of Fun in middle of July. We're looking at going to Pigeon Forge and Dollywood at first part of August. So that's kind of our calendar if you want to meet up for us. How old was I when I first experienced a theme park? You'll actually like the video that'll be coming out tomorrow because I actually tell one of my very first theme park experiences. So look for that, Macy. Let's see. Have I visited Long Island? I have not been to New York at all, or that whole area. So no New Jersey, Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont, Connecticut. Haven't been up there at all. Let's see here. Have I been to Brazil? No, I'm sorry. I would love to go. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Hong Kong, China, Thailand, and spent a few hours at Japan's airport. So that's my international travels. Let's see. What did I like better, Disney or Silver Dollar City? I like them about the same. They were different, and different enough that they both had their pluses and minuses. It's almost like an apple and orange thing. Which one do I like better? It depends on what mood I'm in. Loved them both. Had a blast at both of them. Tanya B wants to know if I've been to Kings Island. Yes, back in 2001. Sorry, 2002. Very crowded day, busy day. It was part of a big multi-park trip I was taking. Had a great time at it, but I'd love to get back again. Let's see here. What theme park do you recommend in Disney World, other Magic Kingdom? All of them. Don't pick one or two. If you're going to go to Disney, spend a day at each park, experience them all, see everything in them, because they all are fantastic parks. Absolutely. Don't skip one of them. Latest movie I've seen. Beauty and the Beast?
Yes. I want to say yes.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. Great movie. Want to go see Guardians of the Galaxy? We'll see if that happens here soon. I don't know. Somebody just asked about ghost stories. Okay, I'll give you a hint because I get this popping up occasionally. I'm boring when it comes to ghosts. I don't like anything along that lines. I don't believe in ghosts. I could give you the whole pastoral, preachy response. I'm not going to do that to you. I don't do ghost stories. Not something I believe in, not something I'm interested in. Sorry, I know that might offend a couple people, but... can I make vlogs? Gamer King asks. I'm trying to do that a little bit more. So it's happening as I get time. I was going to do one with Six Flags St. Louis this last week, and it just didn't work. It was like, you wouldn't have liked it. Let's see here. Let's see. I can see Joseph is busy over there. Which Silver Dollar City Festival is my favorite? Would have been World Fest. They kind of approximated it, but I loved all the international acts and stuff. So World Fest was my favorite Silver Dollar City Festival. They still had the group from Latin America playing the panpipes and stuff, which we love. And let's see. Alex Falk, if I could go to any theme amusement park I have not been to, what theme park would I go to? There's a long list of them. Top of my head would be Kennywood, which I would... a lot of things I want to go to at Kennywood. Hershey Park is on that list. Carowinds is on that list. Six Flags Great Adventure up in New Jersey is on that list. Six Flags New England. Alton Towers. Mirablandia. Oh gosh. There's like 3 or 4 more in Europe that I'm going blank on. So there's a whole bunch I'd love to go to. Dude of the Photoshop wants to know if I've been to Oregon. I've driven through a corner of it on the way to Idaho, but that was about it. Let's see. Ryan Clark wants to know if I play any theme park games. I just don't have time for much games. I wish I did, but haven't been on them. Let's see. What do I think of Pandora or Avatar Land? I'll have to wait and see when I get there. I don't like to speculate on stuff I haven't seen, and they're just getting the previews. So, have I been to Adventureland in Iowa? I have not been to Iowa at all, Gamer260. I'm sorry. Like to. Do I like Doctor Who? From Jonas. Maybe. Just a little. Yes, I am a Whovian. 4th Doctor was my favorite Doctor. That was my original Doctor. So, but yes, we watched Doctor Who as a family. We're all Whovians. How many different theme parks have I gone to from Giant Cheese Man? Over 70. I believe it's actually probably closer to 80. Not all of them had roller coasters. Clayton Hall, has a character ever broken the fourth wall? I don't know. It sounds painful, especially if they ran into it face first. Okay. Do it. And it just jumped all sorts of questions there. Several people asking, what is my favorite ride? Let me kind of sum this up. I don't have one. Whether it's a roller coaster or a park or a ride or an attraction, I am terrible when it says have one favorite. I don't have one single favorite of anything, whether it's food or songs. I have a collection of stuff that I like. When I'm talking about the parks, I have what I call a top tier. This is the ones I like better, but it's several of them, and there isn't one I can really pick over the others. So anybody who's asking, what is your favorite? There is no straight answer to that, which is why I'm doing occasionally videos with collections of my favorites, because that's the best way to do it. So, does Disney have a Hard Rock Cafe? No. Let's see. Am I excited for Star Wars Land? Yes, and I hope I get to see it when it opens up. We'll see. Jackson Ritter says, and he just leaves. Oh, yeah, that's because I was getting my hat. Had to get my hat. Let's see. Decurian, have I been to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg? Yes, I have. It's been quite a while, but I got to visit with my nieces and in-laws and had a great time. Really love Busch Gardens. They have great parks. Wow, Joseph, you are like busy over there, aren't you?
So many.
Are we getting some real putzes? Don't be a putz. Okay. This is why I had you on there. Am I missing anything, Joseph, that people are asking a bunch?
I don't know. Do you like land or world better?
Do I? Oh, Disneyland or Disneyland. Third time I think I've answered this one. Disneyland was Walt's Park. It's got more in it, and it's a smaller area, but there's more in it, and Walt's touches all over the place. Disneyland, easy. Not even close. And that's after working at Disney World. Let's see. My favorite ride in Disney, Tower of Terror. We'll wait and see what people think of the new Guardians of the Galaxy makeover, but I'm happy they haven't touched the one in Florida. I love Tower. That's one of the few times I can actually say I do have a single favorite. Love Tower. Best dining experience at Walt Disney World? That'd be tough. I like the character dinings because I like the buffets. Characters are fun too, but I like the buffets. No, I have not been to the California Grill on top of the Contemporary Resort, though, Joshua. Sorry. Let's see. Would I like Adventureland Gamer260? Yes, probably. Somebody actually laughed at my fourth wall joke. Thank you for thinking my jokes were funny. My kids just groan at them. I don't know why. Let's see. True Speaker wants me to go, inconceivable. I don't know, I think it's kind of inconceivable that you'd want me to say inconceivable. I don't know why people think I sound like Wallace Shawn, but okay. Or the dinosaur in Toy Story, for those who don't know that. Favorite park in California? My most sentimental one is Great America. It's not my favorite anymore, but I grew up going to Great America when it was still Marriott's, when it first opened. Lots of great memories there. Again, I don't know if I could pick any one, though, between Disneyland, Universal Studios. It's now called Discovery Kingdom. I would have called it Marine World Africa USA growing up. I love a lot of the parks in California. Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is special to us. Would I recommend considering Disney University? I love Disney and think it would be great to work there, and what would you recommend for a position? Okay, Liam, Disney University is not a real university. Disney University is essentially their name that they have for the classes that they offer to cast members who are already working. When you first start, you go there for your traditions class. You may do some of your position training there. They may offer you extra training for other things and some business classes, but it is not a university by any means. It's just a place to do some extras, and they have a lot of administration offices there as well. It just gives them a place to do training classes all at once. So, CDX Films, no, I haven't been to Disneyland Paris. I've never been to Europe. Be hard to get to Paris without getting there. Let's see. Ooh, Give me FTW. What would I do if I won $1 million? I would pay off my college loans. I would buy a house. I'd put a chunk of it away for retirement. I'd buy a decent car for once instead of the old ones we've got. Probably invest in a few other things. And then I do a little travel after that. So, let's see here. Everybody really thought I sounded like Wallace Shawn. You're welcome. Vicky Owens, did I go to Knott's Berry Farm? Watch for the video tomorrow. I'm actually talking about some of my visits to Knott's Berry Farm. I've been to Knott's a number of times, and there's a couple special stories about Knott's. I don't want to give away the video tomorrow, but look for it tomorrow. Samo wants to know best international Disney park. I haven't been to any international Disney parks. I couldn't tell you. Sorry. Let's see. Do I know anything about working on the Disney train? No, I don't. Sorry, didn't do it. With all the facilities for cast members, are there cast members who live at the park? No. There are not beds at the parks. There are showers available for the entertainment, but it's really not generally supposed to be used outside of them. They'll make occasional exceptions. There are people who would sleep in couches in the break room if you had a short time between shifts, but you did not live at the park. There was not any kitchens to really cook your food, at least not generally available except within certain small areas, microwaves and stuff. Not a place you'd want to live. People lived at apartments. Some may live close, but nobody lived at the park. When we go to Worlds of Fun, make sure to ride Prowler at night. I am looking forward to riding Prowler, as well as Mamba and a couple of others. I've been wanting to get there for years. It's taken way too long. We will be there July 17th and 18th, both days, enjoying both parks. Let's see. J-Box, why did I start YouTube? That's a fun story. I actually started YouTube. My son was making YouTube videos last year and making a little bit of money, which was kind of fun. And I have told them these stories repeatedly, and they get sick and tired of me telling stories. So we were kind of brainstorming one time and kind of, well, why don't we tell the stories to YouTube? Might be fun. It means you'll stop bugging us, and who knows, a few people might watch. Okay, why not? So that's why I started recording them. I never expected people to actually watch, at least not anywhere near this many. So that's how it started. Jackson Redder wants to know when I became a pastor. I actually went to a Bible college to be a teacher. And that was back in 90. I graduated in 94. Did teaching for several years, have always been kind of a volunteer in different things in the church, and did a couple youth pastorates, but nothing real big. And it was when I was down in Florida that I really stepped out of teaching and into pastoring. So that would have been a dozen years ago, 14 years ago now that I've done that. I've actually been a licensed minister for 15 years. Franite, will I be at Disney World? No. I am not in Florida. I live in Missouri. Won't be at Disney anytime in the next couple years. Sorry. Disney's America Sings I never got to see, so I don't know. What hidden areas at Disney have you been to? Watch my videos about the utilidors. That'll talk about some of them. Let's see. Camille wants to know, would I suggest doing the Disney College program? I don't really know anything about the Disney College program, but there are some great vloggers out there that will talk about it. Sarah Snitch is a good one who will talk about the college program. Several others, they can give you much better advice about that than I can. Most people I know of really enjoyed it. It does have some strict rules. Don't get yourself in trouble, but yeah, something to look into. Let's see, message deleted, message deleted. Wow, Joseph, you are busy over there, aren't you? So if people are saying stuff that he's not catching quite quick enough, sorry. I guess some people just, it's the internet. People like to be dorks. How was my commute to work at Disney? Just like any other commute to any other job. So, what neighborhoods would you recommend? I lived in Davenport. There's lots of places to live around there. Those actually apartments set up nearby for cast members. Not living in the area now, it's really hard to say because it's been 7 years since we lived there. Sorry, Oscar. Let's see here. Alexia is asking about a tunnel to Haunted Mansion. I don't know anything about a tunnel to Haunted Mansion. Sorry. Greenleaf Orthopedics. Ever work Phantasmic? They don't have photographers in Phantasmic. So, nope. Never did. Let's see. Do I like Disney churros? I'm not a big churro person. My kids love them. I've never cared much, regardless of where they were. So, would I go back to being a PhotoPass photographer? Yes and no. If we could do it the way that we did it when I worked there, absolutely. But from what I've heard, there's been a lot of changes. Shortly before I left, we had merged with entertainment, and we had a lot of entertainment managers that were coming in who didn't know photography, and we're starting to change how it worked. From what I've heard, there's a few people left in PhotoPass that were there when I was there, and they've said it's changed quite a bit, so I can't really say for sure now. I really don't know. Jackson Redder wants to know, do I speak a foreign language? Hablo un poquito español. No hablo muy bien, pero sí. Comprendo muy bien. So, yes, I speak some Spanish. How many theme parks have I been? Over 70. I believe it's closer to 80. Let's see. Know anything about Disney Seas? Nope, never been to an overseas park. So I couldn't tell you about anything about a Disney park outside of the U.S. other than it's there. Sorry. Let's see. What editing software do you use? I want to know since I want to start a YouTube channel. Eli, we use an old version of Sony Vegas. It's version 11. You can actually buy the new versions for about $70, I think. Most basic editing programs are going to work fine with you. The biggest thing to making YouTube content that people watch is make sure it's interesting and upload consistently. And don't upload junk. I saw one guy that wanted me to look at his videos because he was so excited about them. And the first 2 minutes was a video of the camera stuck in the dashboard of his car. He was all blacklit, and you couldn't hear or understand anything. It was this dark screen with... Nobody's going to want to watch that. Make sure it's something you want to watch even if you're not doing it, and that will be a big help. Let's see here. Can I sing the DuckTales theme song from heart? No, I can't, although my kids probably could. Joseph's over there going, no. Come on, Joseph, sing! Yeah, my daughter's the real big DuckTales fan, and she's in Italy still for a few more days. So she got to go to Europe. I've never been to Europe. Rotten kid. College graduation trip that she actually had to take, believe it or not. Let's see here. Somebody would love to take me to Knoebels. I'd love to go to Knoebels again. Let's see. Do I have any knowledge or advice on becoming a Disney Imagineer? Well, since I'm not one and I didn't work with them, no. The one thing I can tell you is the Imagineer jobs are few and far between. They're tough to get, and a lot of them are going to be based on who you know and how you get into them. So, somebody just asked you, do it. They just hear a TARDIS cloister bell. Good ear. Yes, you did. That is actually my notification sound on my phone if I get text messages. So, yep, people are hearing the TARDIS. Told you, I'm a Whovian. What is my ethnicity? Human. It's boring. Hello, dogs. Yes, that was Celie and Ginger going by. Have I ever been denied access to any park? No. I'm smart enough that if the park is going to be capacity, I don't go. The only time we've been to a park visiting on a really busy day was we went to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Eve a couple years. Got there early, and we knew we were only going to do the parade and a couple shows. Otherwise, we don't go to parks when they're busy. There's no fun in that. So, nope, never had to worry about that. Have I been on Alien Encounter? No, I have not. I have been on Stitch's deal, but I didn't see the original. So, Brian Nava, hi. There you go. That's your shout out. Do I work at museum? Do I like to go to museums? Yes. We just don't have very many near us. I'm way behind now. Do I got any Disney secrets? Keep watching the video. I tell secrets all the time. What was going through my mind when you were making your first video? Just trying to tell the story as well as I could. I don't have much go through my mind a lot of times. Right, Joseph?
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's my mind usually. Let's see. Several people asking questions I've answered again. There is scariest theme park I've been to. I haven't been to a scary theme park. I don't do horror stuff. I don't go to Halloween things generally. So if it's a scare thing, I'm not going to be there because that's not interesting to me. Sorry. Have I been on a mission trip and where? Yes, that's why I went to Costa Rica and Colombia. They were mission trips that we went on there and did several things. Can I show my son? Let's see here. He is there. Oh, okay. You got Ruby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here. We'll give you the animals real quick. So you can see my son. You can't really see Ruby. That cat on the couch there, that's Sandy. That's the gray one. And then, hey, you two, come over here. Okay, that's Sealy. And then Ginger's kind of running around next to her. So yes, the dogs are jealous because y'all are getting my attention, and they're not. Okay. Do characters speak Spanish? Some do. You never know if they're going to or not. Many of the cast members do. Look on their name tags. It will actually say on their name tag if they speak another language. T. Schaefer, is being a pastor better than a theme park worker? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. When things go well and you see people respond, yes. But you also deal with a whole lot of junk and garbage in people's lives and a lot of not so nice stuff. You've got to love people and love being a servant and love not making money to be a pastor. I enjoy serving people and doing what I can that way and trying to be a blessing and help people out when they need it. But it's hard sometimes. It is definitely hard. Do I watch Tim Tracker and Thingamavlogs? Sometimes when I have time. Yes, I do watch them. I do know Tim Tracker actually mentioned me. Somebody wrote about me in one of their mailbags. So thank you, whoever that was. I do like Thingamavlogs sometimes too. Let's see here. Ever been on Horizons? No, it was already closed and gone when we were down there. So never got to see it. Have I worked at Six Flags? No. Visited a bunch, but not worked at one. Jonathan Galvin, what is my favorite ride at Silver Dollar City? Outlaw Run. And the train. Of course the train. Can't miss the train. Let's see. Haunted Adventures X, I'd love to visit Hershey Park with you sometime and trade stories. That would be fun. Let's see. What one thing you would change if you could at Disney? Oh. That might be something to do a video on later, huh, Joseph?
Wait, do what?
The one question, what one thing would you change if you could at Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah, copy and paste that somewhere.
I have no idea where it is.
This
is like
7:40 is the timestamp on it, so I'm a couple minutes behind.
Well, I can't.
Okay, try and remember that one.
Okay.
Miss Pumpkin, that dog is adorable. You can have her if you want. No, I'm kidding. Eli the Catcher, not to be rude, but are you retired? I'm not that old. From working in theme parks, technically, yes, but no, I am not anywhere close to being retired. Have I ever seen a protest of Disney parks? No. Do Disney characters speak sign language? Sometimes. Don't expect it, but they do sometimes. Thoughts on Hershey Park? I'd love to go sometime. Never been there. Any odd requests as a photographer? And good night. It's 1:40 a.m. Have a good night, Ryan. I really didn't get too many odd requests. If it was really weird, I just wouldn't do it. Not going to do something too... I can't think of anything offhand that was really weird or odd. So, let's see. Ever had any problems at a park when you worked there? Watch my videos. There's several that will talk about things like that. There's one called That's Not Supposed to Happen that talks about some of the problems I had. So you can see them that way. That's the easiest way to do it. Somebody asking an opinion on religion, not going to go there. Sorry, guys. If you're wanting me to pick sides on stuff, not going to happen. Whether it's politics, whether it's religion, or anything like that. So, sorry. Have I ever... Would I like to go to an air show? I love air shows. When we're down in Florida, we go to the one in Tampa fairly often, or Space Coast. We've been to a lot of air shows. In fact, we actually were at one in Southern California at Point Mugu back in 2000, I think. And we actually had one of the planes crash at the show. That was not so good. So, yes, we do like air shows, just not crashes. Thoughts on the new Magic Kingdom fireworks show? Haven't seen it, can't comment. Try really hard not to comment or say anything about stuff I have not seen and experienced. So, Baron Jammer, hi. Favorite college football team? I don't do a whole lot of college football, but if I really had to pull one, it would be USC. But I don't do a lot of college football. Time is tough for me. My time's limited, so I pay attention to NASCAR and NFL, and then the other sports I'll kind of glance over in the news, and that's about all I get to do sports-wise. Hi, Flaming Turkey. Is it awkward being enthusiastic to guests? No, it comes naturally. Sort of. When I work at a park, I essentially step into an acting role, and I actually do the same thing for you guys. It's basically, okay, I'm going to project myself and put myself out there, and it's part of me, but it's also not me at the same time, because I'm actually kind of a quiet, reserved person. At least that's how I see myself. Don't laugh, Joseph. But it's not awkward being enthusiastic, because I enjoy what I do. Easy to be enthusiastic about stuff you like. Let's see. What kind of experiences did I have with the ferries? I only got to work with the ferries a handful of times, because when the ferries really started working the parks, I was working at a different park. And so I got to work a few times, got to visit a few times. I had a lot of fun with them. Terrence was kind of boring to work with. Tinkerbell was fun and entertaining. She had a lot to say and do. My favorite easily was Vidya, because she was obnoxious. I could get into a great discussion and joking thing with Vidya, because you get guests that would come up and not know what to say, and so we would kind of help them start an interaction sometimes. I had a lot of fun with Vidya, just a lot of fun teasing back and forth and working with them. But only got to do it like 4 or 5 times. Let's see. George, welcome to Busch Gardens. You'll have fun. What should you expect from orientation? You'll get a history of the park. You'll get some basic knowledge and rules of where things are. Basic expectations, which are true for any job. You'll have a fun first save orientation. Trust me. You're not going to get overwhelmed. You'll have fun. Have I visited Kenobi? I have never been to New England. So anything up in New England, I haven't been to. Sorry. Let's see here. Ooh. Sharper Travel offers to hook me up at a DVC resort. I would love to do that if it ever happens. Last time we got to go down there, we actually had somebody offer us their timeshare, which was great. But how old is my son? He's 20 years old and available. You're welcome, Joseph. Favorite Christian bands? Skillet, Newsboys, Mercy Me, Toby Mac. Those are the 4 that come to mind right off the bat. Have I ever watched Adam the Woo? I am not a big Adam the Woo fan. Because of some of the places he goes and some of the things he does, I do not encourage people to go into closed-off areas, closed-off parks. And Adam has kind of made a career of that and then gets confused why he's kicked out of parks. Sorry, Adam. Not a big fan of the stuff. He knows what to do, and he doesn't remove some of the other stuff. If he clean it up and accept responsibility, I might become a fan. Because he's gone places I'd like to see. But Justin Scared, I've only watched a couple times, so not a big help there. Let's see. And I got about 12 minutes left. Wow. Is that right? 15 minutes?
Someone just said there was a bomb just now at a concert.
Yeah, I heard something about the Ariana Grande concert bomb. I hadn't heard anything about any deaths. I saw it over an hour ago that they were talking the concert had been interrupted. So if there are people that are injured and killed because they weren't even sure it was a bomb at that point. That's not good. Not good. Definitely we'll be praying for them when we're done. When working at the parks, do they train you on any sign language? No, they do not. They treat sign language as any other language. You've got to learn it on your own, and then if you've learned it, you can take a test to prove that you know it, and then they'll add it onto your tag. But they do offer classes if you want to take classes at Disney. At least at Disney. The other parks don't. So there are some classes like that you can take, but they don't train you officially, and they won't pay you to learn. Do they serve alcohol at any of the parks? Yes, they do. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol, but all of the Disney parks in Florida serve alcohol. They did just start serving in Magic Kingdom not too long ago. So yeah, they're all there. Oh, Cats and Crowns. Thank you, Miranda. Yes, I forgot them. Yeah, I'll be looking up that stuff later about the bomb. Let's see. Best and worst coaster. I can't pick a best. Really can't pick a worst because I've been on some horrible coasters too. Son of Beast comes to mind. Cyclone at Six Flags Magic Mountain was bad. Oh gosh, what was the other one that was at Magic Mountain that was terrible? There have been a couple really bad ones, so I can do several things. Have I seen Lion King Broadway show? No. Would I consider going Six Flags? If it's a theme park, I would love to go. That's the easy answer. Would I consider going? Yep, I would. It's just a matter of ever getting there. Let's see. What are the classes out there at Disney? They're free if you are a cast member. They're not going to pay you to be in the class. It's your own time. But you can take whatever classes they offer, and there's a variety. It's been years, and I didn't keep any schedules that showed the classes that were available, so I can't tell you what's necessarily there. I only took a couple, and I didn't pay much attention to what else there was. If I wasn't interested, I quickly forgot it. So I don't remember what all classes there are at Disney. I'm sorry. Offhand Disney, let's see. I'll have to try and make a note and remember that. Let's see. Let me pull up a word processor here, so make a note there. Okay. Is Joseph offended right now? He would be tough to offend, trust me. He's had to deal with me all his life.
My question offends me.
Charles, Apocalypse at Magic Mountain. It was good when we were there 2 years ago. I know a lot of people don't like a little bit of shaking on a coaster, but that's part of a wood coaster, and I enjoyed Apocalypse. I really did. So, sorry. Haven't been to Darien Lake. And here's my rule on coasters. If it's there, I will ride it at least once. After I have ridden it once, if it's bad, I won't ride it again. But I will always ride one at least once, which includes the Chance Toboggan that used to be at Lake Mott that was really bad. Is it the Flash at Magic Mountain that's there right now? That's not so good either. But I will always give it at least one. Favorite and least favorite venues? There is a video I did on the best places to work at Disney, which were some of my favorite PhotoPass places. Character Spot was probably my least favorite at Disney World. And not because it wasn't fun, but you were just seeing so many people. It was what we called a hug and shove. You were just pushing people through as fast as you could get them through, and you didn't get to spend very much time interacting. And your hand would be so sore because you could take 3,000 to 4,000 pictures a day in Character Spot. So it was a long day if you were there. Sheridan Burns. No, there is no place in Disney haunted. Don't believe in ghosts personally. Sorry. So haunts are not my thing. Don't believe in them. I know, not Flashback's the one I was trying to think of. Thank you very much, Haunted Ventures. Yes, it was bad. It was terrible. Let's see. Could I make a video about some of the instances you witness? Obscured Angel is asking if I'm seeing guests do nice things for other park guests. Could I make a video about some of the ones I witnessed? Here's the only problem with it. I don't remember. I know I saw them do nice things, but trying to sit down and make a list of them, as I remember them, I'll try and make a list and put them together eventually in a video. But I don't remember a whole lot because it wasn't me doing it. So it's a terrible thing, but if it didn't affect me, a lot of times I don't remember it. But I will try and remember some of them and eventually put a video together. I think that would be a great video to do. Oh, which reminds me, in fact, because I was going to say, I'd love to hear your stories. I want to get a compilation video together for next week of all of you who've worked at theme parks or had a really neat experience with a staff member at a park. Put them on video for me. Tell me your favorite theme park stories, whether as a cast member, your favorite moment helping a guest, or funniest guest moment, or something like that. I'd love to be able to get all these clips together and put them together in some compilations next week. I am leaving Sunday, so I've got to have them by Thursday so I can have a couple days to get them put together and get them out there for you. So please let me have your compilations that way. And once again, thank you, too, for those who gave today. I really appreciate the gifts. Trust me, I really do. I'm blown away when people actually pay to watch. So I appreciate those of you who have done that as well. Let's see. What years did I work at Disney? Check my FAQ on my Facebook page. It is right there. It will answer all of those. Haven't been there in several years, though. So if it was a couple years, it wasn't me. Hi, new subscriber, Debbie Conley. Appreciate it. Could I make a video on things I would like to see in each of the parks either added or removed? That might be an interesting video to do. I would probably need somebody else to talk to with it because I'm not that imaginative on things. Might be something to think about, though. Let's see. What are those thoughts on those little pop-up carnivals? I like carnivals. Really enjoy them. Believe it or not, they're actually a lot safer than people think because they constantly take them down, inspect them as they take them down, inspect them again as they put them back up. So, Charles Parison, yes, I have a Patreon. Look for SirWillow on Patreon. It's right there. Absolutely. Thank you so much for asking that, Charles. Dumbest thing someone did at a park. Watch my videos on silly guests. You're going to hear lots of dumb things. And I don't have all of them up yet. I still got a couple real good stories I will be sharing in the future. Did I do Sorcerers in the Magic Kingdom or Agent P's? No, I did not. They had barely started to set up for Sorcerers when I left. They did have Kim Possible at Epcot. Did we ever do Kim Possible?
Like the character?
At Epcot, when we did the scavenger hunt? I think we did once.
Maybe?
I think we did Kim Possible one time. I remember stopping in a couple of the things, but... So, let's see. Thank you, Emerk356. I really appreciate that. I'm happy that my videos help you have a better day. Thank you. Baron Jammer asks, thoughts on Wisconsin Dells? I've never been to them. Would love to go sometimes. Zach Harris, have there been times when I told a guest off or came close to? There have been a couple times I've definitely had to bite my lips with guests. But actually, I did have one person I told off at a park. It was not a guest, though. It was another employee that was preventing me from doing my job right and kept getting in the way. And doing it on purpose. But I don't know that that's a story I can tell at any point because there's some personnel stuff that went on there that had to go through HR. So, yeah. But otherwise, yes, I have had guests get me mad, particularly on the train at Christmas time when they're wanting to cut in line and cut a whole group of people in line and not listen. But otherwise, generally, no. That was rare. What's the difference between fairs and carnivals? Fairs have admission fees and they're at a permanent location, even though the rides may move in. A carnival may set up in a field or a grocery store lot. There you go, Austin. Quick definition. Let's see. What kind of Lion King things are there at Disney? Not very many. I think there's a couple references at Animal Kingdom, and that's about it. Vicky Owens, how do I feel about the Speedway at Magic Kingdom? That'd be like the Autotopia as well. Personally, I don't find them that interesting, but I know kids love them. I wouldn't mind seeing them disappear, but hey, Andy, thank you so very much. Welcome to the channel. Happy to see a newer subscriber. Hey, happy to see any subscribers. I'm still blown away people are watching. So, just trying to skim through here. We've got about 5 minutes. So, what's my dog's name? I've got 2 dogs. The really skinny, scrawny one is Sealy. She's a Pomeranian who's got allergies, which is why she shaved down. And then the larger one, which is still a small dog, is Ginger. She's the nut. So, let's see. Which one do I better prefer? California Soaring or Soaring Over the World? I have not seen Soaring Over the World, so I can't say. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Joseph's going hit. Why are you going hit? Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, look at the kitty in the background. Yes, that's Ruby. Ruby's after the food again. Let's see here. Which do I prefer even through videos? Video doesn't do justice to stuff, so I really hate to say. I know Wishes. I've heard Happily Ever After is awesome, but I don't know. So, hi, Yolanda. Let's see. What kind of dogs do I have? Loud, annoying ones. Oh, hey, somebody got my address up there. Yep, that's my address. If you want to send me stuff, like I collect brochures and park brochures and stuff. If you want to see me wear shirts, I'll do that. Just let me know if you want me to return them. I don't want to ask for stuff, but I'm not going to say no if people want to send it. So thank you, Sharper. How do I feel about Tower of Terror at Disneyland? I will wait and see what the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is. So, do I prefer standalone water parks or parks with get-wet rides? Both. If I'm at a theme park and it's hot, I'd like wet rides. They cool me off. But I love water parks too. Let's see here. When did Magic Mountain lose the shoulder harnesses in Revolution? Last year, I believe. It did not open with the shoulder harnesses. It was something that they added, and they never needed them. They were horrible. So they finally, last year, gave a huge refurbishment to Revolution at Magic Mountain and got rid of them. And so happy they did. I haven't been able to ride it yet without them, but I've heard great things and just excited that they finally returned it that way. So there you go, Geek Moto. Can you ride a ride when you're a cast member? Not as long as you were in costume. If you are off of work, you have to change into normal clothes, and then you can go ride. But if you are wearing your work outfit, they are not going to let you ride at most theme parks. Disney Bush would fire you if you were caught doing that. Silver Dollar City might not fire you, but they frowned on it a little bit. But sometimes they would let you do it there. Have I been stuck on any rides at Disney? I did get walked off of Splash Mountain one time. I had a couple other times I got stuck. Disneyland when I was young, I want to say back in '84, we were on the Matterhorn and coming around one of the outside turns, and it stopped at an angle, let's see, like that. And we sat there for an hour with the monorail going by, waving at every monorail. So, and then we got to go down. This was back in the day of the tickets. And so we got another D ticket since our ride was stopped and got to go ride something else. So there's a long time ago. Let's see here. James Browden, I see a dollar sign there. Click on the dollar sign down at the bottom. That might be what you're looking for. But again, Patreon is always available. If you want to give just a set amount per month, pay for the first video and set a max amount for that pay. That works. Thank you again for all those who've given. I really appreciate it. Hungry Duck, have I ever read The Cross and the Switchblade? Yes. Those of you familiar with it, it's a neat story. It's a Christian story. I actually had a personal tie into The Cross and the Switchblade. We were attending a bilingual church in Southern California for several years, and our pastor there, he and his wife were actually part of the Crusades in New York City that are talked about in The Cross and the Switchblade. And so they were good friends of Nicky Cruz, and in fact, we got to meet Nicky Cruz a couple times because of that. So, neat story, yes, very familiar with it. Funniest thing I've seen or heard on the train to Silver Dollar City. That would be me. Funniest thing every morning. You look at that and go, oh my goodness. Would I want brochures from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg? I would love to have brochures from anywhere. Brochures, maps. I'm a terrible hoarder. I have park brochures from parks that don't exist anymore, and I love stuff like that. In fact, I was actually going through trying to clean up my file cabinet a little bit and get some stuff filed today. So yes, love stuff like that. Oh, stuck on Small World for 45 minutes. That would be horrible. Did I ever visit Disney Quest? Yes. We actually did Disney Quest every November for my son's birthday. Disney sends out a holiday package where you get admissions, extra admissions, and one of the ones you could get for that holiday package was Disney Quest. And so we would do that for his birthday every year. So got to do it for a few times. I know it's closing. It'll be sad to say goodbye. Lizzie, love you. Thank you for being with me. I know it's bedtime there. It's late. Have not ever been to New England, big boy, big Bob. Big. So no, I have not ever been to New England. Haven't been anything up that way. Somebody just laughing at Joseph. Good. So, you are very welcome, Gina. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Best Disney character photo I ever took with. I got a bunch of them. In fact, if you want to see some of my character photos from back then, it's not anywhere near all of them. I actually have a SmugMug account which has most of my pictures from back then. It's SirWillow.smugmug, S-M-U-G, M-U-G. So smugmug.com. And then look for the amusement parks directory, and it'll take you to all sorts of different pictures I've taken. Did I ever wonder about Six Flags New Orleans? That's a terrible story. Sad the whole way around. Am I currently reading any books? I've got about 5 books I'm reading. One of the ones is actually about a lady named Helen Desportis, who was one of the settlers in Quebec, and I'm reading that because my family was part of that settlement. She was the niece of one of my ancestors. So I'm reading that. I'm reading a Star Wars book at the moment, and one about the Bald Knobbers. I'm a history nut. Bald Knobbers are a vigilante gang here in Missouri, so I'm reading that too. Do I have an Epcot 25th anniversary park map? I don't think so. So no, Sandra, I don't think I have that. Did I ever see River Country? I did from the water, never saw it live. So, let's see. And I'm actually starting to run over, so I'm going to start wrapping up here, guys, and say thank you so much for watching. Miss Pink Punky Cat, I loved SeaWorld. Would go there on a regular basis, had passes most of the time. Universe of Energy, we'll see what they put in place. It's an old ride. We enjoyed it, but it's time for it to go. Dapper Day, they didn't have when I worked there, so that's a new thing. Didn't really exist when I was working there. Do I watch sports? Because Zachary's asking a bunch of stuff. I am a San Francisco 49ers fan. I do watch NASCAR. If I were to pick other sports, I'd go San Francisco Giants and Sacramento Kings. Hockey would be San Jose Sharks, because I grew up in Sacramento. But I don't get to watch basketball and hockey and stuff very often. So, loved Phantasmic. And Bald Knobbers were a vigilante group here in southwest Missouri. And basically, it's just a history book with some newspaper articles about them at the time. So if you ever want to know about southwest Missouri history, look up information about the Bald Knobbers. So thank you so very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, starting to watch the numbers go down, but had a great time. I will try to do another one of these. I'll try and do it about every month and a half or so. So thank you so much for joining. Get your videos in if you've got clips about working at the parks and favorite memories of the parks and working with cast members and stuff. I want your videos for the compilation next week, because next week makes 1 year of YouTube. Thank you again for joining. Appreciate it. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you later.